I don't chase dreams anymore. I believe in the processes of awakening. So for me, to chase a dream is to stay asleep or to sleepwalk. I'm not telling you to get rid of your dreams. That's your business. Teach his own, and one must find their way through their own processes. This is mine. I've lived in Africa almost 6 months. Not as a tourist, but like a civilian, like a native. I've always studied Africa for many years, and I've always studied the history of my people. Many nights I've cried. Like a pain so deep I'll be numb. So confusing, I can't even identify what prompted it. For 800 years, 1,000 years more, my mother, Mother Africa, has been being raped. She's been raped for her resources, because she's plentiful in all things. Gold, diamonds, tanzanite, every fucking crystal that you can think known to man. For her crops, it's the birthplace of metallurgy, coffee, the coffee bean, music, dance, spirituality. They steal her patterns and designs and sell them to you and tell you it's Gucci and Louis Vuitton. Those are African patterns, way before they even knew anything about patterns like that. That shit started here. They make movies about Africa, like The Lion King. Nobody even knew that was Swahili and that this takes place in East Africa, Tanzania. Make $1 billion off of it. They ain't come here. The people here ain't even seen it. Same thing for Black Panther. They don't even know about the movie. And it's all based in Kenya and Tanzania, East Africa. Wakanda is a place in Kenya. Vibranium is Tanzanite, it's in Tanzania. Several families run the world. You know this. By now you should. Those in the know, we've been on this many, many, many years, decades. Few families run the place. Meanwhile, my family tree, and my family line been fucked up for hundreds of years. Everybody use us to exist. Do you know that the whole world's been living off of Africa? These are facts. Do you know that they take the resources from Africa, right? Europe, America, take the fucking resources from here. Without them, they don't have no control, no ownership of the shit that's on their land where they from. They take it, right? Not only do they take it, they refabricate it back in America and refabricate it into various products, whatever they can render from the resources. They refabricate it in America and Europe, then they sell it back to Africa. Let me ask you, I'll talk to Americans since I'm from America. Would you let me go in your backyard and you're growing, say you got crops and shit that's growing, food and stuff. Would you let me come take it? I'm gonna take it all. Make some kind of weird contract with you. You didn't even know you had this shit. And I'm gonna take it. And then I'm gonna make some shit like products from it, lotion, food products. I don't know. I'm just rambling, but various products, and then I'm sell it back to you. Would you let me do that? What's being done to Africa, not one American would allow in their house. Yet that's how you exist. Your freedom don't come from no constitution. I'm about to tell the truth. Your freedom don't come from no motherfucking constitution. Your freedom come from the materials that come from Africa and the resources that come from Africa. The Industrial Revolution were minerals from East Africa. All that shit came from East Africa. Where you think they got the materials from? So specifically in Europe, Europe done got nothing over there. We already know about the slave trade. You got free workers for 1,000 years. That's where your freedom come from. You know, the soul music and the music that we all love, where does that come from? The underprivileged. All of it. Where does it come from? The underprivileged. The poor. Black and white. Whether it's R&B or what come from like bluegrass, all this shit come from the poor. Y'all so worried about a president. You can't take how well you voted or what side you were on. When it's time to die, that's not important. It's the awareness that you develop and your relationship to nature and other humans. That's what you will have to experience, see, feel without a body. It's different. You know this new era, these niggas with all the money, right? See, black people like to live an idea, not reality. They want the idea of something. They want the idea of something. The problem is they're not their own ideas. They don't want the reality of what it means. Because see, the reality is, the idea is someone else's. So you've seen rich people. These all come from the wealthy families that develop these concepts and ideas that people are chasing with the fancy cars and the big homes, all these different things, and being in a suit and feeling like you have some authority. You want the idea of that. But the reality of it is, those that really have that, they have their own nation. They have strong family ties. They have a process of understanding a deeper relationship with nature and how it works. Even if they're evil and dark and they're using it in the shadows, they still have a greater understanding of that. It's the reality of where those things come from. They have culture. But black people want the idea of it. That's why it's so easily taken from them or us. Do you know what makes me sick now? And I might step on people's toes, I don't care. Nothing against jewelry. Jewelry and jewels are profound. I like jewelry. I don't really wear it. if I could afford certain things, I probably would buy certain things, but I'm not against wearing jewelry. Now, to have $100,000 on your neck or $700,000 and you wearing it, not only is that the subconscious mind from your ancestors. When they used to sell slaves, they would put a big ass harness on their neck with a big plate. This is where this comes from. All things come. You know they say nothing new under the sun. All things come from the subconscious, and it keeps going in a cycle. It just expresses itself different through different time periods or different time periods. So now we know what's going on in the industry, right? So if you're wearing all this jewelry and you working for who? For these few families, right? Because even on the plantation, it was several families, right, that were running the plantations all across America, right? Like there's several families in the music industry taking your natural resources, your gifts and your talents, and you wear all this jewelry. Then you go give the money to the people who got the jewels from us in the first place. What fucking sense does this make? To all my old school drug dealers and aspiring, our era is a little bit different, and we deserve a lot of grace because they dumped drugs in our community. But all the millions of dollars, you notice how people are so fascinated. Oh, this drug dealer, he was making millions. They was making $1 million a day. They was making the families that make millions of dollars a day has put them up into the trillions. They have more money that don't even make any. That's why they can be hidden. Do you know that niggas should be smart enough to know, they should be wise enough to know that you're stronger together? Like, do you know that you can come to Africa with the kind of money you niggas made in the streets and you would have you would have had your own country? Do you know you can find where the gold and diamonds are here? I won't say too much about that, but I know for a fact, this is my God's honest truth. I've seen with my own eyes. Do you know you can find gold here? The people who own the gold are trillionaires. And you walking around, I got 100,000 on my neck. I'm somebody. I got something. I'm somebody in the world. These niggas don't have no real character, no real merit, no real attributes of anything, just walking around like a slave, showing their value. Just like the slaves were, the high value slaves that was worth more, had a little bit more freedom. That's all. They been raping my mother. Not only are they raping my mother, Africa, but my real mothers from my lineage have been raped. I discovered all kind of things here. I know why I have mild claustrophobia. These things have been genetically passed down. I know why I have skin issues. I know I've been learning some shit that I can't even believe I know this, that this is possible. I've been very lost here in Africa. Not due to Africa or anything, or that I don't know my location, but I've been lost because it's just part of the process of finding oneself and developing awareness, but I'll be crying at night for more reasons than I don't even know. I can't even explain. See, a real leader is someone who's in touch with the collective suffering and pain. Your false leaders, they only tell you what they want you to hear, or what they think you should hear, or what they want you to know. It's not a real leader. It's not a real leader. And that's why I said this whole dreaming shit is fictitious. Every year people are saying who they side with, who they standing with, as if the world's gonna change in America. I'm 40 years old. I've never seen nothing change. I've never, in every year of my life, I've never seen collective something getting better. I haven't seen people's mental health getting better. I haven't seen people's relationship with nature getting better, their relationship with their family. I haven't seen collective healing. I've seen the murder rate rise. I've seen music get ridiculous and have nothing to offer but sex, money, and drugs the whole time. That is a part of reality. I kind of don't like when people are like, don't be negative, or we need to be positive. You gotta have both, or you can't charge the battery. Negative is not bad. Negative and positive are neutral, actually. They just are are opposing poles that function in different ways. The negative is the ground. Do you understand? The negative is to ground your feet, ground your lower half. The positive is to illuminate the upper half, the higher portion. You need both. It's a 20-minute video. Who gonna watch this? Man, we got to do better about Africa, bruh. I can't believe they wanna. Don't talk to me. Y'all gonna be mad at me. Don't talk to me about no other countries. Don't talk to me about no wars, about nothing about what's going on in the other country. Until the mother restored, nothing can be fixed. Until the mother is restored, until Mother Africa is restored, nothing on this planet can be fixed. Nothing. I promise, nothing. Because the whole world is operating off of her, and she's been stolen, raped, pillaged. They still keep trying to do it. They want to come. They can't. Listen, if African Americans in America would take their power back, and own their natural resources, which is their gifts and talents, the corporations behind them couldn't exist. If Africa gains its power and resources, none of these places. It's just like the plantations. Like, that's why it took so long. They was living off of it. Like, but something's finna change again. But all hell gotta break loose first. Things must fall apart before they can be rebuilt. It's just the nature of things. Just the nature of things. Things must fall apart or burn down before they can grow again. It's gonna be hell on this planet for a bit. And it's gonna be hell. I think natural disasters are gonna be at an all-time high everywhere. There's gonna be multiple volcanoes that erupt at the same time. It's gonna appear to be a purging. People are gonna be dying. That's already kind of happening if you know how to see it. People are killing each other for nothing. And killing kids and their own family and themselves. But hey, Keep chasing the dream.